Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick dropping in on you. I hope everybody is having an unbelievable start to your week. Whatever it is that you're pursuing, I hope that you're on a path to get there. Look, I'm not going to be before you long. I want to talk to you real briefly about one of the number one killers of dreams and aspirations and goals and so much more. I want to talk to you about the importance of going the distance about finishing. Before I do, I want to point you to one small thing in the description box. I have, over the last couple of years, really decreased the number of people I work with on a one-on-one basis as we scale out and we reach out and we broaden our reach globally. It pulls me away from being able to do that. But right now, for the next couple of days until Friday, so next 4 days until Friday midnight, I am offering an unbelievable opportunity to work with me. For anyone who purchases the bronze mini, which is a half of a regular bronze package, which is 12 sessions. So anyone who purchases the 6 session package will get a triple free upgrade to the gold package. So from 6 to 26 sessions with yours truly, that's 6 months of working with me, reaching goals, creating strategies, addressing the issues from limiting beliefs to procrastination. So much more. It's what I do, and I'm excited about it. I love working one on one. It's just so limited because there's only so many hours in the day. So it limits. And so in the scaling, we've had to cut back, but I'm excited about this. If you've ever wanted to work with me, now's the time to do it because for the cost of doing a bronze mini, you can get a gold package, which is literally 6 months, 26 sessions with yours truly. The link is in the description box. Sign up, and the upgrade will be applied automatically. You will receive an email from the support team connecting you and scheduling your first session with me, and we take off from there. I hope that those who have been reaching out saying they're working on it, this is your opportunity to get it done. Look, okay, here we go. When there are a number of different things that are at the top of the list for why people don't um, achieve their goals. One is, I mentioned earlier, limiting beliefs. They are carrying the beliefs from past experiences, carrying the beliefs that have been given to them by their parents, carrying the experiences and memories and limiting beliefs that are associated with certain experiences and memories in the past. And they have locked themselves into the corridor of limiting performance. You can only get what you believe. You can only get what you expect. And whatever you expect is what you get in this world. God will never meet you above your expectations. So that's the thing. That's one thing. But one of the biggest things that I come across, people don't finish. People balk at challenge. People balk at difficulty. People balk at setbacks. People balk at frustration. Let me tell you something. I've seen some unbelievable successes in my life, but I've also hit some very hard and difficult times. I've had ebbs and flows. I've had frustrations. I've had all the things that I see people shut down for. Let me tell you something. What you are looking for is on the other side of that delay. What you are looking for is on the other side of that fear. What you are looking for is on the other side of that anxiety, at that pain, all the things that you're looking at and say, man, I don't know if it's on the other side of that. You're going to have to push through. You're going to have to finish. It's not how smart you are. It's good to learn and know. It's not how resourced you are. It's good to have access to great resources. It's not who you know. It's great to have a great networking connection. At the end of the day, it's going to be, are you willing to go the distance? Are you willing to finish the race? Finish what you start. Go in. I'm going to tell you, I can't tell, I can't count how many times I've sit there and said, okay, by this time I'm going to have this done. By this time I'm going to have that done. By this time, and then look up and I'm a year past the goal. I'm 2 years past the goal. And people are going, well, maybe it's just not going to work. How many times do I hear people say, it's just not in God's plans? It's no, your timing was off. Your anticipation of, or your projection of what you think it's going to take to get there was off. You thought it was going to be easier. You thought it was just going to be lined up and walked out. That's not how it works. You're going to be tested. You're going to be put up with your back against the wall. Sometimes you're going to have your back flat on the pavement, and it's going to be the determination to get up and dust yourself off and say, look, I started it, I'm finishing it. I tell people all the time, whether I'm speaking, whether it's a one-on-one conversation, I tell them all the time, once I make up in my mind that I'm going to do something, it's only two options. It's going to happen, I'm going to get it, or I'm going to die trying. And it's that simple with me. I don't quit because I didn't make it in time. I don't quit because it didn't look the way I thought it was. I don't quit because it gets hard. I don't quit because people are whispering behind my back. I don't quit because I see all of the challenges laying around me. I square my shoulders, I hold my head up, and I trust that when I apply myself, when I am persistent, when I refuse to quit, that ultimately I'm achieving what I set out to achieve. You've got to be willing to finish. One of the things that I get early on when working with clients is a commitment to finish. And I have a 99.9% success rate because people finish. No, it's not going to look the way you thought it was going to look. No, it's not going to happen as easily and quickly. Yeah, you're going to have some high, what I call quantum moments where things just leap. But the vast majority of what you're going to do is going to be about consistently applying effort, energy, and work ethic to something, doing it even when you can't see that it's working. That's the beauty of this thing. A great deal of the work and the advancement and the win comes in those moments where you're doing work where there's no evidence that what you're doing is paying off. When you can see it, it doesn't even require faith. It requires simple execution. It's when you can't see it, but you press. It's when you can't see it, but you hold on. It's when you said, I know God planted something exceptional, extraordinary, and phenomenal in me. I'm not designed to be average. I'm not designed to be mediocre. I'm not designed to walk around and behave as if poverty is my lot in life, as if suffering is my lot in life. There's something on the inside of me that is extraordinary. There's something on the inside of me that is phenomenal, and I am about to access that potential. I'm about to activate that potential, and then I'm going to actualize it. I'm going to put it into motion, and then I'm not going to quit on my dream. I'm not going to quit on my goal. I'm not going to quit on my aspirations. I'm not going to quit on my destiny. I am going to push until I get there. If I fall, I'm going to get down and dust myself off. If I fall, I'm going to do the best I can to fall forward, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to keep pressing. Finish. I promise you, if you get to the point where you say, I'm going to finish, then it's about finishing. It's about every day waking up. I have this thing that I journal every day. And in one of the journals, at the end of my journaling session, I ended with no 0 days, no excuses. Every day I'm going to make some gains because I understand that you don't get what you want in this world. You get who you are. What does it mean? It means that I can only get what I'm capable of producing. So if I don't have it and I've been trying, that means I'm not yet the person capable. So then it's not about what I want. It's about what I'm capable of becoming. And so then I start to apply myself to the thing I want to become so that I can have the things that I desire. And it's a constant press. It's not a flip switch. It's not a magical quotient. It's not some incantation. It's about consistently pressing towards the mark. It's about consistently pressing towards this thing that I am supposed to become. And when I press towards that mark, when I press towards this thing that I'm supposed to become, I become the person capable of having the thing that I desire to have. The problem is most people don't want to go through the process of becoming. Most people want to wish for it and have it. We're in an entitled entitled society. We're in an entitled culture. I want it, so it's supposed to be mine. No, if it's supposed to be yours, you're going to have to become the person capable of producing it. And more importantly, the person capable of sustaining it. This isn't about an easy win. This isn't about sitting around and snapping your fingers. This is about sitting up and saying, God built me for this battle. God built me for this journey. God designed me to win, but I've got to stay in the fight. I've got to be consistently pressing towards the thing that I desire to have. I'm telling you that I have come up against so many challenges, so many setbacks. I was sharing with a person who participated in the Healed and Hold event, and part of that was a session with me. And I was talking to that person yesterday, and I was telling them that I've been through some rough. I've been flat on my back. I've been to the apex of what I believe to be success. I have lived life in ways unimaginable, and then I've tumbled, and I've crumbled, and I've hit the bottom. But see, the thing is with me is when I hit the bottom, I sit up and I got my bearings. I got back up, and I got back up with the confidence that I've done this before. I've climbed this mountain before. I've fought these battles before. I'm wiser now. I have more insight now. I'm on my way back, and I started rebuilding, and I can't. Then I got hit again, lost some family members. I mean, close family. I've lost 3 siblings. I lost my mom, went through a divorce, and every time you look up, there's something coming. Business is not this big, beautiful thing that everybody paints it out to be. It's one of the most rewarding things outside of loving and being married and parenting. To me, being your own boss in the sense of making decisions is important. Oh, it's not easier. It's definitely more difficult than having a job. You're responsible for your company. You're responsible for any people that depend on your company. You're responsible for getting up on days you don't feel like it. There's nobody to call into. Oh, I can go on and on, but let me tell you something. When I get ready to do something, when one of my children need me, and when I say children, all my kids are adults except one, but when my kids need me, I don't have to ask permission to take the time to deal with it. When something pops up, I make the unilateral decision on what needs to be done. Now, I have people who consult with me. I have people who are advisors. I have people that do different things. But at the end of the day, the buck stops with me, and the reward of knowing that I'm building something that and lining things up for the future generation is important to me on a level I cannot explain, but it's hard work. It's dedication, it's commitment, it's getting the crap knocked out of you and saying, I'm going to get up and do it again. Why? Because it means enough to me to take it on. And I got way more wins than I've got losses. And I've got way more gains than I've been pushed back. And I've got something to show from my effort. But what I'm telling you is, if you be like most people, if you act like most people, you're going to get what most people get. You're going to have to step out of the average lane. You're going to have to step out of this box of mediocrity. You're going to have to be willing to apply yourself and say, you know what? I'm not quitting. There's this book called One Word. And in it, it talks about people who are successful have a way of being able, if you break down their mindset, it boils down to one word. They have highly complex structures and strategies and philosophies, but if you boil it down, it's one word. A lot of people, the word is faith. A lot of people, the word is preparation. A lot of people, my one word is relentless. My one word is, once I start, only death can stop me, and death stops me. I'm good with that because I went the distance. I went until there was nothing else to give, and I get. And what I'm going to have to show for it is multiple companies started, launched, and brought to profitability. What I'm going to have to show for it is 28 books published. What I'm going to have to show for it is clients on multiple continents. What I'm going to have to show for it is people who tell me how they changed their life. What I'm going to have to show for it is children who watch the father wake up every day and put his being into something he loved. I tell people all the time, I love what I do so much that I am never retiring. Now, you reach an age where you want to have all your finances in order, But that's because, you know, the older you get, you never know when. You want to make sure everybody's good and all that. But what I'm going to tell you is I'm never retiring. I'm never going to step away from what God put me here to do. He put me here to touch lives, change lives, speak into the lives of people, show people paths to elevation. And I'm never going to quit on that. I'm never going to find time. Now, I'm going to take my time to myself. I'm going to do the things that I need to do, but I'm never quitting on my purpose. And I'm telling you, when I see people shut down, that's why I don't believe, another reason I don't believe in retirement. I watch cognitive decline. I watch physical functional decline after people go into retirement. It's amazing when your mind has something that it knows it needs to do each and every day, and it has meaning and it has purpose in your life, how bright your mind remains. But what I will tell you is keep quitting, and you're going to get to a point in your life where you're going to look up and it's not going to make sense because you didn't go after the things you were put here to do. Your purpose will explain your pain. It's some things you've been through in your life, but if you're not into your purpose, you won't even understand why. You'll think that God is forsaking you. You'll think the world, but when you start to understand your purpose, you say, hey, I had to go through that. When I work with people now that are going through different things, it makes me understand why I went through something. I had to have more than just the knowledge of it. I needed to be empathetic about it. I needed to sit up there and wait a minute, man, I know what that's like. Look, as I wind this down, your choice, your decision. What are you going to do with your life? Are you going to sit up and complain? Are you going to sit up and whine? Are you going to shut down at every obstacle? Are you going to turn around and retreat when it gets tough? That's not where the winners are operating. That's not what the winners do. It's not that anybody is better than anybody. I tell people all the time, I'm not better than you. I do things different than you. And the person who is elevated at a level than me, they're not better than me. They're just operating on a level that I need to get on with my mentality, with my thinking, with my focus, and with my application. And I also don't need to measure against them because their journey is in their lane. My journey is in my lane. My journey is to progress every day, and I make sure I do that. But what I'm going to tell you is if you quit, you'll never get there. If every time something goes on, I'm going to tell you something. If you decide to do something, you say, man, this is my thing. I'm going to do this. I can't wait. This is what I want. And then you sit down and you go through this thing. And if there's anything that you can put on this sheet of paper that says, I'm all in unless, whatever that unless is, I promise you it's going to happen. So don't even start. I promise you, whatever the unless is, it's coming. Why? That's God's way of testing. Are you prepared to become and be what it is you need to be to have that? You got to be willing to go the distance. When you make up in your mind, I'm going the distance, it's just a matter of time. Don't get caught up in how fast someone else is doing it. Don't get caught up in what someone else is saying. Be committed to finish. Look, that's it for that. Don't forget what I said in the description box. For a limited time only, you get an opportunity to work with me for an entire 6 months at the cost of only a six session. The Bronze Mini is a 6-session package that if you get it, you're going to get a triple upgrade all the way to the Gold package, which is 26 sessions. That's 6 months of working with yours truly. I promise you, I get results. And I don't get to do this often, so I'm making the offer now. It's there. For those of you who have been saying, look, I want to work with you. I'm working on it. I got to get some things together. I got to get my change together. I got to do it, whatever. This is an opportunity right now over the next couple of days. I'm going to take, it ends midnight on Friday or the first 10, whichever comes first. On that note, look, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable remainder of your day. I'm going to end it as I always do. I live my life on full, so that when I leave this place, I die on E. People ask me, what does that mean? It means that I'm not taking 1 ounce of my potential to the grave with me. I'm going to wake up and give each day what each day deserves. I challenge you to do the same thing. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable remainder of your day.